Hey everyone, I'm Rick Beato. On today's Everything Music, it's What Makes This Song Great, episode 27. The artist is Peter Gabriel and the song is In Your Eyes. Coming up next. In Your Eyes was the third single from Peter Gabriel's fifth album entitled So. It was released on September 2nd, 1986 and was featured in the Cameron Crowe hit movie Say Anything. Many of you may remember it from the boombox scene here with John Cusack. It features background vocals from Senegalese singer Youssou N'Dour and was produced by Daniel Lanois, Bill Laswell, and Peter Gabriel. One of the things that is so great about this song is that I can solo any instrument, put the vocal in there, and the track sounds amazing. Check it out. All my instincts, they return. The version of the song we're going to be using has an extended jam after the first chorus, or the first chorus tag before the second verse. You probably haven't even heard this. There's a percussion jam. And speaking of percussion, I'd like to talk about the groove. Now, there's two drummers on this. There's Manu Katché and there's Jerry Marotta. Manu Katché plays this particular type of beat that is more of a world music beat, and Jerry Marotta holds it down with just a straight beat. Let's check it out. I want to play the Manu Katché percussion part along with the guitar part that I think is actually played by Daniel Lanois. Now, Daniel Lanois, for those of you that don't know his production, he produced many U2 records, such as the Joshua Tree, which he produced 1 year after this record. So he did So by Peter Gabriel, and then he did the Joshua Tree. And you can hear his recognizable sound with the types of delays that he uses. These kind of guitar parts are really part of Daniel Lanois' style. Let's check it out. The types of delays that they were using back then were the Memory Man analog delay, the Korg SDD 3000 digital delay, and the TC Electronics 2290 delay. Those were ones that Daniel Lanois and Edge were using back during that time period. The part you're probably most familiar with is this electric piano sound with a pad blended. So it starts out on B minor like this. Then it goes D over F sharp to G major, and then down to D major and back to B minor. So that's the main backbone of the song. That with the echoey guitar and then the blended drum groove. The bass is credited to both Tony Levin and Larry Kline. Now, when the tune starts out, it sounds like Tony Levin because it's definitely a Music Man bass that's tuned down to a low B. As I recall, Tony didn't start playing Music Man 5 strings until probably around 1989, I've heard him say. Let's check the bass part out. Here's Tony's bass with Jerry Marotta playing the straight groove. Check it out. Here it is with both drummers. And here it is with just the guitar, bass, and drums. Even without the keyboard, which is really the main backbone of the track, it sounds incredibly good. Just with the drums, bass, and that guitar. It's actually two guitar parts. There's a strummed and then that muted echoey sound. But the track already sounds full with that. Then when I add the keyboard in, next we have the vocals. And Peter Gabriel is one of my favorite singers of all time. This vocal performance of this is phenomenal. And this is honestly one of the greatest songs, I think, ever. I think a lot of people will agree with that. If you don't like this song, there's something wrong with you.
Love, I get so lost sometimes.
So that's it with just the keyboard and vocal.
Days pass,
Doesn't need anything else.
and this emptiness fills my heart.
Then the second half of the verse with everyone in.
When I want to
Double vocal.
I drive off in my car.
They go to the double vocal on these falsetto parts.
But whichever way I go, I come back to the place you are.
So the falsetto, each time he goes into the falsetto, there's the double track, which thickens it. Then it comes back to the single voice, which is more intimate again. When the song drops into the chorus, it has one of my favorite guitar licks ever. Check it out.
All my instinct.
So the acoustic guitar plays that A sus4 to A major lick, and then there's a muted electric guitar that sounds actually just like a DI guitar plugged straight in that's playing the muted part. Those two parts together never play the bass part, which goes A, B, G. That's actually left up to the bass and the pad. Check it out. Let's talk about why this melody is really great here. So let's take it phrase by phrase.
All my instincts, they return.
So the first two phrases are over this. And then, so you've got A sus4 with a third. All my instincts. So it's going from the third to the sus4. So you've got all my instincts, they return. So that's what's going on. That's the composite of that guitar picking part and the bass line working together. It's the dissonances there that are really making that chorus powerful and emotional. When you hear that line, when you hear that, and you're hearing that sus4 to third of the A major, the D and C sharp, and the vocal melody, oh, and you have the third. So you have that dissonance there for a second. Oh, my instincts. And then it's, you go to that third of the B minor chord. It's a quick B minor chord. Instincts, they return. And this is really G Lydian because it's got that C sharp, which really gives it its tension. The second half of the chorus is where the melody takes on even more shape. That it has this rising line. Check it out. And then he's going, without my pride, on the G. Without my pride. The ninth on the G chord, that's sus2, so it gives it that kind of a sound. Inside. So it's the ninth down to the fifth. Inside in your eyes. And then to E major with the sus4. So you have all these tension notes happening in there. You got the third and fourth on the A major chord together, creating the dissonance and the vocal melody hitting the third and the fourth. And then it goes the third on the B minor chord to the fifth, and then down to the sus2 on the G major chord. That sound. The biggest thing is the high point of the chorus. I reach out from the inside. The highest point in the chorus is that note A over the G major chord. It's the ninth, right? Inside. And it's in the verse, he hits that A, but it's in falsetto. This time in the chorus, it's in full voice. So it's really the most powerful note that you hear in the song, that high A. The last line of the chorus, I reach out from the inside, before it goes to the tag section, it holds on G, and there's this really cool background part going on there that everybody hears, but you don't really know what's going on there. So here's what it sounds like.
I reach out from the inside. In your eyes.
This post-chorus section is where Youssou N'Dour comes in with the background vocals singing In Your Eyes along with Peter Gabriel. Let's check it out.
Your eyes. In your eyes. In your eyes. In your eyes.
This song is a great example of a world music hybrid. Other examples would be Paul Simon Graceland, or that record, or the Rhythm of the Saints record. Those are both great world music hybrid records. Next, let's check out what's going on in this post-chorus tag musically and melodically. And it's in E major, and it's doing the same kind of progression. So it's going from E major and doing the E sus4, and then goes up to F sharp minor to, that's like a C sharp Aeolian sound, because it's got the fifth and the flat six in it. So here's the guitar part that goes over that section. So in the post-chorus part where it does the tag In Your Eyes each time, you have this chord that starts it. It's a fourth voicing in the electric guitar, and it slides off. Then it goes into the picking part. So it goes like this. So it's going between this E major to the to having the A, E, G sharp, which would be kind of like A major 7 with no third there, but or an E sus, right? You've got, but with that the fourth and the third there, and it has the C sharp in the bass down the low C sharp there. So you have the E major 2, 3, then the F sharp minor, and then it does the low C sharp Aeolian sound there. One of the best combinations of lyric and melody is at the end of this tag section where he says, I want to touch the light, the heat I see in your eyes, right here. Beautiful. And then we're to this jam section here that happens before the second verse. It seems like we've had a whole song already, and we're just through the tag after the first chorus. But the second verse is similar to the first. What makes the second verse really stand out is the change in the bass. Check it out. Listen. It's hard to even notice what's going on there until you solo it. Here's that bass part soloed. Definitely an overdub going on with the bass. There's some slap notes in there, and it sounds like there's a synthesizer here in the low register, or some type of effect on the bass. It's really great. The ending of the song, where it does the tag out, the In Your Eyes, we have a lot of vocal ad-libs, we have gang vocals, and there's a lot of really cool things that happen to the bass. But it's also kind of odd, because the first couple times around the out chorus, it goes E, and then to D, Lydian, and then E, D. But then it goes eventually to C sharp, Aeolian sound. Check it out. It's really, really cool. And then later on, just an incredible ending vamp. This is why this song is such a classic. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. If you're interested in the Beato book, go to my website at www.rickbeato.com. And don't forget to follow my Instagram at rickbeato1, where you can find a lot of bonus materials from this video and others. Thanks for watching.